Hello, hello, and welcome to day 20 of the Fall for Watercolor Challenge. We are painting a witch's hat today. So if you are new here, hi, welcome. We are painting a little painting every day in the month of October. I am Kate, your watercolor BFF, and I'm going to be guiding you through how to paint this witch's hat. If you've been here the whole time, oh my gosh, we are 2/3 of the way done. How exciting. All right, so what we are going to do today is rather than just kind of doing the witch's hat in the style of the whatchamacallits, the like outfit of the day and the cozy sweater and things like that, we're gonna learn a little bit more about how to build shadow and shape using warm and cool colors. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw kind of like a wiggly oval, almost like a flat avocado. Okay, and we're gonna imagine that our witch's hat is kind of coming out of that oval, and you'll make a little oval shape for the bottom of the hat. I'm going to erase my line behind here. I almost want this to be a little bit more of a wide brim. And you can even make like just a little lip right there. It's like almost as if the hat was just kind of like, hello, I'm just up here. And today, instead of just going in with black, we are going to go in with some warm colors and some cool colors as our base. So you know I love a base layer. We are going to use, let's see, what do I want to use? I think we're going to use some of this Hansa yellow. Let's use the Hansa yellow light. So if you have a lemon yellow, this is great. So first, what we want to do is we want to think about where our light source is coming from. I don't know why, but I always imagine my light source coming from here. So I'm just going to put like a little yellow here for me to remember. So when we think about where this yellow is coming and hitting the hat, it's going to be right here. So where is the warmest part, the most lit part of the hat? I'm going to run my yellow along the line of that hat. Okay, so just do it on the triangle part right now, okay? And now we're going to use our best blending techniques that we learned the other day. So go ahead and rinse your brush off. I'm just cleaning it off a little bit on my paper towel. I have a lightly damp brush, and I'm going to just kind of shimmy my brush along this edge. Notice just the tip of my brush is touching that yellow. Okay, I'm cleaning my brush off again and then drying it, and then just the tip of my brush is just shimmying along this yellow. And this is how we're going to blend that really strong yellow out across our sheet of paper. Okay, and I feel like that's probably enough. I just feel like that brush is kind of dirty on the side. You know what? Maybe I want to do a little bit more. Why not? Okay, so once again, shimmying just the tip of my brush. I'm kind of wiggling it out over here because I'm trying to even it out, but bringing that light color across. All right, let's go ahead and do it at the base too. I'm going to leave a little seam just so we have a little separation here. And, you know, we got to leave our little white line. And I'm just going to do right there. Maybe just a little bit right there. Maybe the sun can kind of see that edge there, and maybe like right there. All right, so I'm going to leave that, and we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to add in the cool color. All right, I'm going to do twinkle. So let's go ahead and blow dry this. I'll catch you back once my witch's hat is dry. Okay, so now my yellow is dry, and I'm going to add a cool undertone here. And I'm going to use this Da Vinci Violet. And so thinking about where the sun or the light source is seeing the least of the hat. So along this back side is going to be where we place this purple. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to blend it into the middle. And this soft blend is giving us a really nice sense of the hat's curve. I'm also going to just put a touch under there. Yes. Okay, so I clean my brush off. tapped it on my paper towel. And I'm slowly just kind of jiggling and wiggling my brush against the edge of that line that I just made. Almost feel like I could use a little bit more water. So rinse, tap, and oop, too much water. Tap, tap, tap. And just softening that line. So if you watched yesterday's video when we kind of tried to soften that hard line on the fire, that's kind of what we're doing here. And the reason why I want to dry these in between is because I want to see the purple. So I'm kind of adding more purple here. I'm going to continue to blend that out. I want the purple and yellow to exist on separate layers, because if they were to meet in the middle, it would just get kind of muddy and gross. And I didn't really want that for my lady's hat here. So that's why I blow dried it. And it's just going to give me a little bit of less yucky colors when we're mixing purple and yellow. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit more paint here. Grabbing just a little bit more paint, kind of dabbing off some of the excess onto my paper towel and giving it just a little bit here. I keep blending that out with my soft, damp brush to get it where I want it to be. Got some kind of brush strokey lines here on the edge. You can smooth those out, or you can leave them. Get wild, okay? So now I am going to do this underlip here. That's going to be really dark purple because it's not getting any sun. So let's go ahead and do that one right here. And I just tickled the top of my paint dot. I didn't even go into my paint puddle. It was just straight from the dot. So that's going to be how we get our most pigmented color. And then along the back of this hat, so I'm kind of moving it around to suit my fancy here. And we're not covering the whole hat necessarily. I'm leaving some little white space because I don't want these parts to really blend too much. Especially didn't want that dark part to end. And then as you're doing this part, kind of imagine that it's the shadow of the hat, kind of as you're making that shadow. Okay. There we go. And so this is that triangle part of the hat, making the shadow onto the back of the hat. And you're like, Kate, this looks like a jester's hat. Yes, I know. Do not worry. Let's grab a little bit more of the purple, and I'm just going to make kind of where some folds might be here. Just a little bit. Oh gosh, a little droplet of water just kind of bubbled down there. Okay. And I might just give it kind of a nice dark edge here. There's probably a little crease here. Huh? Yeah. Sure. Looks great. Okay. It would actually probably be on this side, wouldn't it? Let's do that. I'm using a light purple because it's kind of where the light is. So let's do like right there where the shadow might be. For the little crannies in the hat. Okay. So now that we've done that, we are going to let this dry, and then we'll add a layer of our dark color on top, and you'll see how these underlayers are able to shine through. And this is where that glaze technique, when you paint a wet layer of watercolor over a dry layer of watercolor, is really going to shine. I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to blow dry it, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, we're back. I am going to mix up my black color using mostly Payne's Gray. Then I'm going to throw in a little bit of my alizarin gold in there, plus some Hansa yellow deep. But if you have, I love doing Payne's Gray and burnt sienna or Payne's Gray and No, burnt sienna is kind of my go-to, or there's another color that I'm trying to think of, but I can't think of it right now. So that's okay. Okay, so I've got my black. I want a little more Payne's gray in here, make it a little bit cooler. All right, and I want this to be somewhat light. So, oh, my little button's over here. Let me just kind of squeegee it over here. So this is a little bit too dark, so I'm adding a little bit more water to it, just so we can still see those colors underneath. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the top and just work my way down in a nice even layer. Okay, when you make an even wash, you want it to be kind of like the same light and dark amount across the whole shape. Okay, so we have kind of already done the work of the shadowing here by adding that color in. And if it's too dark, you can go back in with some water and just push it around your hat shape so that it's not just so dark. You can kind of redistribute that. Okay, and that was too dark. So now I've just grabbed some more water and I'm just bringing the color all around. All right, grab a little bit more here. I don't have to worry about the white lines anymore if I don't want to, because they were from the under layer, so they shouldn't bleed. Looks like this little section is still a little dark or a little wet, so it might bleed a little bit, but that's okay. Oh my God, so wet, so too dark. So I am grabbing some clean water, just redistributing that over the hat. Okay. All right, and I think I could almost make this a little bit darker. So I'm going to just throw on a little bit more color kind of along the shadowy parts and a little bit back here and a bit right there. Okay, so, all right, I think usually I would probably do another layer of this yeah, I think I would probably do another layer of this once this dries, but I really wanted you to see, like, if you look back and squint, you're like, oh, it's a black hat. But if you're looking up close, you're like, oh, there's this warm side to it and this cool side. And yeah, it's a black hat, but it has dimension, it has shape. So we can kind of deepen that shape by adding more darkness to the darker spots, okay? We might lose some of that detail that we put in from the purple, but that's okay. Because it's still going to have that richness of the under layer. I really want to cover that part. Okay. I've got my little shadow. And I don't know why this is looking so weird. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Might do a little bit more over here. And you can see that it's very alphaba. The yellow is turning a little bit green almost, which I love because the Payne's gray does have a lot of blue in it. So I love this kind of like gritty green and that deep, dark purple situation. So there we go. There's our witch's hat. If you want to add a little more definition, you can always use like a white gel pen and kind of show the line where the hat was. I'm taking a paper towel and I'm just kind of imagining there's like a little ribbon around the hat or something and just kind of blotting where that might be. And I like that. It's not anything fancy, but I just think it's kind of sweet. Kind of fuzzy. So anyway, that's my witch's hat. I was thinking about adding more layers to it, but I kind of like her as is. So if I were to do more, I think I might go and do like a layer around the little band that I made to kind of make that pop. And add in with my hat color with that Payne's gray kind of black mixture, some more of the like little crunchy seams where the hat would be folding on itself. But I really like it as is, and I'm tired, so that's that. I hope you enjoy painting your little hats, and we'll see you tomorrow for Black Cat Day. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a good one. All right, happy painting, friends. Nighty night or good morning, whenever the day is. Okay, bye.